Hey guys, welcome to another video from the Parrott Bros. Today we're in a slightly different setting than a TT, or a kit car for that matter. I've been wanting to buy something a bit special for a while now. Of course, I love my TTs and they will continue to go for the future. But the reason I actually got into YouTube was because I love cars. I love driving different cars. I love owning different cars. I have a list, like a scroll, as long as possible with all the different kind of cars that I want to get in and out of in my car ownership life. And this is one of them. And this came up to such a good option that it was almost impossible to say no. And you know me, if they use certain words, I'm going to buy it. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that straight after the intro. Now, we'll get to the outside in a minute, so there's a few of you that are probably going to guess what it is just based on the interior. But for those who can't guess, keep trying, and we'll get outside in a second and I'll show you. Now, a little bit more about the whole reason why I got into YouTube quickly, just a bit of a backstory, was I got into YouTube because I love cars, anything motoring, anything petrol. It's a passion, and I love driving different cars. If people get new cars, they're like, Dom, do you want to drive? I'm like, yes, of course I do. I want to experience, whether it's an Alfa, a BMW, even a Skoda. I don't care. Courtesy cars, hire cars. Oh, we go on holiday and get a hire car. The best car you've ever driven, you know? And it's that passion for petrol that I wanted to own pretty much one of everything. I'm terrible. I've had over 100 cars now. And I just love driving new things, especially cool old stuff. Now, I've had an eBay save search for loads of different cars, for things that I would class as like becoming a classic now. And there's things like Vauxhall Novas, 205 GTIs, all the kinds of things that we strived for. When I was 17, I thought, oh, look at that. And you could never insure it because the insurance would be ridiculous. And they're the kinds of things that I've been looking for. Now, they, of course, have gone up in price so much that basically they've just drawn a naught next to whatever they used to be. So if it was £2,000, it's now 20. And it's just outpriced. Now, this little beauty, they do go for strong money when in a strong condition. You'll see why in a minute this was a bit of a deal. But I've always got a few spare quid just in case something like this pops up. Now, the story behind this is a two-owner car. The last owner, the person I purchased it from, has had it since 2000. Now, it's only a 99, so arguably they've had it the lifetime of the car. It's done 78,300 miles, and it has got a service book like that. Mainly because it's a Fiat, but I mean because it's been well cared for. Fix it again tomorrow. Makes sense. And basically, they're moving into London. The car needs work, and they're just at that point where they're happy to just let it go. So it failed its MOT on rear calipers, rear handbrake cables, which is no stress. Getting them is a little bit more stress than that, but not all bad. But apart from that, it's a really nice car. The bodywork leaves a little bit to be desired, but the mechanical is perfect because obviously it's been well looked after by a garage who are very thorough. So it's got a really nice comprehensive service history, and you can tell when I show you under the bonnet that it is, of course, been well looked after. So the bodywork we can address at a later date. What I intend to do with this, I haven't quite decided yet. But I tell you what, enough of me talking. Let's go and have a look around. So for those who guessed it, yes, it is a Fiat Coupe 20 valve turbo. Now this is the more desirable engine choice. They did a few. I believe they did a 16 valve and a 16 valve turbo, a 20 valve and then a 20 valve turbo. So this is the one to get. They sound amazing. It's a 5-cylinder. It produces about 220 horsepower, I think. I know literally nothing about this car other than they sound amazing, and they have the Pininfarina styling, which was very Marmite, for an English term. You either loved it or hated it. And when they come out, they were cool. They only made about 7,000 of these, so they were reasonably rare at the time. Now, I think the count's less than 1,000, so quite a rare car. I got it for a good price. I won't say how much. We made a discussion not to, but but it was cheap, and mechanically it's been really well looked after. Bodywork we can fix at a later date. All the stuff in the car came for free, so I'm going to do a whole video of sorting out the car, giving it a wash, because I think the dirt might actually be doing it a favour, because it is a bit rough. But yeah, I now own an Italian sports car. Like I said, I don't know what to do with it. Do I do it up back to sort of an original standard, just make it really nice, or do I throw a big turbo on and take it up Santa Pod? Haven't decided yet. Both very solid options. And I can't wait to get driving it. I need to do the calipers and the handbrake cables, but besides that, it's pretty much ready to go. Now, am I mad? Yes, probably. I've always wanted to get in and out of different cars, and this seemed like the perfect opportunity to do that. Yes, I probably own a few too many cars at the moment, but what are you going to do? It is a nightmare. But it's one of those, I couldn't say no. It's, if you've got a list of cars you've always wanted and you get offered one of those cars off of that list, we both know how it's going to go down. Let me know what you think of the Fiat Coupe. If you've had one before, great. Give me a message. I always love to know the common faults, because there's not masses amounts of these on YouTube, so the information about them is quite low. Apart from people use the engine to put in a Punto from doing a bit of Googling. But there's quite a couple of decent forums, so that's cool to have a good look through. But yeah, if you've had one in the past, let me know if it's cool or not cool. We'll do a cool wall, and most of my cars will probably go on the not cool wall if you saw some of the things on my list. But yeah, going to need to get some body work done. Engine-wise, like I said, it's not too bad, so we'll have a little look through, see what we can do, look at tuning and stuff like that. I love the TTs, but I wanted something a bit different. I've been doing TTs for 3-4 years now, so it's nice to get a change. And I've heard with a Fiat, there's always something to do, much like a TT actually. But anyway, I'm looking forward to getting my first drive. This actually got delivered here because it's got no MOT, obviously I can't drive it. So I'm quite looking forward to going out for a drive and seeing what it's actually like, because this is old school power. I believe this has a sort of diff in. I need to do a little bit more research. I'm actually really unprepared for this. But I thought I'd do a video straight away because I'm off to the Nürburgring later today. So I wanted to do a video, get it introduced to you guys, and then when we get back, we'll get stuck in with it. But yeah, bought another car, didn't I? You knew it was going to happen at some point. Until the next one, guys. Bye for now.